A brand new arc has started in Clover. A brand new member of the Black Bulls has we finally joined. There was quite a bit to talk about with this chapter. Like, that's something a lot of people wasn't expecting immediately to happen in the brand new arc. But no, Tabata's like, we've got the anime going on. Let's have new characters, new arc, set up. Let's all go in. You guys know what you want to hear. You know what you want to do. Let's start talking about those White Knights, because we've got to take those guys fucking down now. Immediately, I want to mention off, I love the color page and all that, like what we got for the cover, and especially the insides. Like, I love that. We get to see Asta, Yuno in their forms, Mela Leona, like, and also Yami. Everyone there posing, doing some badass shit immediately. And this chapter started off with, like, from what we could see with Zora, as he was like talking to Julius of all people, where he was like, I know it's going to sound like harsh and all that, like pointing out, like, you know, your own mistakes and all that for all the people that didn't like win this stuff and all that, but you, honestly, you have wisdom and your trap magic. We're most likely, like, going to need you. You're probably going to pass the exams for, like, everything that you did, like, throughout this entire tournament. And it's like, and he's like, what are you talking about and all that? Like, I'm not Zax, I'm just someone else, see ya. And he's like, there's a magic knight like you too, isn't there? Like, so there's no problem. Like Ideal, like he was called, like, Ideal or Ideale, like, his name was. And he's like, it was the name of some guy from a long time ago. Like, he was just a commoner, but he was a very image of the magic knight. Like, he was pushing towards, and it's like, so much and all that you put on, like, you know, your own knight robes and all that, and it's just, it makes me think about that. Like, and it's like, one of the things where it's like, you know, like, I absolutely love that about, like, kind of this chapter, is that it was kind of the full resolve for this character. Because we actually see, like, sometime after this tournament that it's like, why don't you put on your own knight's robes? Like, why don't you put on... So it's like he was already voted to be a candidate, and you see someone in the background saying, you're an interesting guy, so I'm going to give you these. I don't care if you want them, you can just throw them away. And you're like, immediately you could tell, alright, we know already who talks like that. It's like, I don't give a shit about your robes. It's fucking Yami. It's Yami immediately, like, talking to it. So it's like, he was being offered a black ball position straight after this tournament, which I kind of loved right there. I was like, oh, fucking the shit, really? He's gonna have that? And he's like, and immediately he just walks off, like, saying, like, who's that guy and all that? I've never heard of him in my life. I'm just a half-ass excuse for a super mage that just happens to be passing by showing you fools some stuff. And I was like, alright then. So, like, I was thinking, we maybe might not see him for a while, but that was kind of cool that we got an offer. And then it comes back to a couple of days later, everyone's all healed up. Asta is just zoned the fuck out. He just did not care about anything that's going on. He is struggling with the fact that, like, Zora isn't, like, who he said he was. Not to mention Yuno pulling out that final form. Finral's gonna be okay. The guy's got a lot of stuff on his mind, while everyone else is like, haha, pass. Like immediately mine is like, I was like, dude, I showed my stuff. I'm the shit. I'm gonna get this exam so in sync like that. Locke's like, I don't care as long as I get a fight, dude. Noelle's like, of course I'd win, because she has to be Tsundere. It's like, I passed on ability alone. And I love the fact everyone was like, you got that far because you had Yuno on your team. Don't be pulling no bullshit like that. You had some stuff on your own. Don't lie on that. You pulled some, like, you know, the wool over your eyes on your own brother, but still you won because Yuno was there. Don't bullshit it or any other way like that. That was even the case of it. And, like, immediately, like, for a lot of this was like, I asked her throughout all of this is like, I need to know what the fuck's going on. Like, I'm kind of glad, like, and all of them kind of found out immediately about Zax, so whereas, like, that isn't his real name, it's Zora, and it's like, yeah, the real one was found out completely wasted on town. And the fact that we know that Finral's unconscious, like, Langris is being interrogated right now, since they already know what the fuck was with that magic, and clearly that he was being, like, controlled or something from what we know. And then someone knocks on the door, and I'm pretty sure it's a new character a lot of people love, and that's Leona. Leona's kind of there, which, because, like, I'm not going to say her full fucking Mela Leona every time I want to talk to her, because it's just a mouthful. So we call her Leona, she's a badass, and I fucking love her. She comes through, knocks through the door and saying, where's your piece of shit captain? And he's like, I'm taking a shit. Like, come on. Like, why does everyone come here when I'm trying to take a nice, long, old shit? And then it was like, oh shit, we got an animal on loose, everyone run! Like that. And it's like, no, she was here to give you some fucking full, like, some alcohol and all that respect of, like, you know, like, from, like, Fergolia. And it's like, come on, take that respect, Yami. And it's like, this thing's probably piss water, I'll pass. And it's like, Vanessa don't care, she'll take it. It's like, good, alright, you had that. Right, fuck off. I'm taking Luck, Noelle, and Asta. Because guess what? These guys passed the exams. And it's like, what? Like, Magna's like, wait, what? And I was a little bit upset about that. I was like, oh, Magna, I'm so sorry, man. Like that. It's like, Magna, you're cool. But unfortunately, like, you did have a nice time to shine in the arc. And plus as well, like, you'll get your time, I feel, Magna. Like, I hope so on that. But I feel like you literally picked out the 3 most popular characters that isn't Yami. They're, like, immediately the most popular characters in that. Like, from the last character poll is those 3 characters of Luck, Noelle, and Asta. Like, and then we get to see her mentioning something very interesting in this chapter, where it's like, there's one more person that passed from the black, and it isn't, and they're not here, though. And you're thinking, like, immediately you're like, wait, who the fuck? It's not Charmy, you know, like, because Charmy didn't do anything in that. It's not Vanessa. It's not, like, Gray, and it's not Gordon, which were like, okay, he didn't take place or anything, so, like, any of these guys, so who the fuck is it? Like, then, like, who are we talking about? Like, like, I thought immediately we was like, oh, is Finral gonna be like, yo, I'm all good now? Like, like, I'll be like, oh, please don't, immediately. But no, we find out as soon as, like Vermilion, like, comes out, it's just like, I'm the captain of, like, the Royal Knights immediately, and that means that you've been selected as a member of the Royal Knight, and from now on and all that, like, we're gonna come to the, like, Eyes of Midnight Sun until it's entirely wiped out, and your wills and trust your lives to me. Like, I love that. It's like, she's the entire captain, and then she's gonna be taken care of, like, the select group of knights, and it's like, oh, we've got one person still, short a little bit, and then, of course, it's fucking Zora. And, like, he's immediately trying to, like, fight back, like, her fire spell like that. And he's like, huh, alright then, like, you seem like you're hot shit. And it's just like, put it on the Black Bulls, like, uniform. It's like, yeah, I'm the Black Bulls Zora ideal, and you snotty little brat. And everyone's like, wait, what? Because they did, like, apparently Yami didn't tell them that he's a Black Bull. And that's the chapter. That's immediately where it ends. And I gotta say, it has been so long since I've had a series, especially with one that's like a Magic series like that, and you know exactly where I'm going to be comparing it to, where they actually had a new member from somewhere else. Like, I love that, because it has been so long since it was like, oh shit, a new member joining, like, the team and all that, and I kind of like that. It's like, he wants to find his own answers, like, in the end of the day, and also as well proves to the world that he's like, you know, as of now, I'm going to become a true Magic Knight. I'm going to live up to my father's ideals, and I'm going to make sure this is the example I set for a lot of people. And I kind of like that, and especially that Julius was kind of one of the people as well that kind of gave him a little knock on, and it's like, the main reason of the current Magic system is a lot of the inspiration because of his father. I really enjoyed that kind of stuff. Where it was like, oh shit, that's a nice little nod on there. And the fact is, we got a new Black Ball member, and I like the Black Balls already. And so if we get an additional one on there, because as we've been going through these arcs, all the arcs so far have been a Black Ball arc for the most part. So as we know and all that, the start that kind of was Noelle's arc, then we also as well, like, went through later on and all that. I guess a bit of the Diamond Kingdom with the dungeon was a tiny bit of luck, because we got to find out a little bit about his backstory. We've had a tiny bit of Magna going from there, but I don't think Magna's really going to have too much an arc. We had Vanessa, like, had a whole arc pretty much dedicated to her, like, even a bit of this arc as well, like, you would call it a mix of, like, what we got to see of Finral, especially, like, kind of blue. We also had, like, Gauche, so I was wondering if that was going to be for a while, is that every arc was going to be, like, another character, like, kind of growing a little bit, or having a little finding out about them. But this one is, like, kind of, like, half, like, Finral and half, like, Zora, because he's a new Black Bull member. So I was kind of expecting, especially now, it's going to be a little more difficult, because clearly, like, they're not in the Royal Knights, like, from what we can see a lot of the Black Bulls. But I was wondering if, like, is this going to be the same continuous thing that we're going to have? Every arc is going to be a character arc for the Bulls. Is the next one going to be Gray? Is the next one going to be, like, Gordon? But I don't think Gordon too much, because he's, like, more of a joke character with his whole, he's never there, or no one pays attention to him. But overall, like, it was a pretty good chapter for the most part. It was setting up for the Royal Knights arc, and I think a lot of this is going to be more training, kind of like what we saw last time with Leona, where it was like, you're going to need to, like, fucking get your boots on the ground, you're going to need to do this shit, and, like, the question is, like, do they already have info about the White Eyes? Like, I want to know about that. Overall, pretty goddamn solid chapter, goddamn loved it, like, I really am excited for it, and especially I think the top points was, like, I'm glad, sort of, like, thank you and all that. Like, adding another member and on there. Like, I already enjoy the Black Bulls, but I think already having a new member, I think, like, if anything, the Black Bulls can take, like, maybe 2 more characters, I would say. Like, I'll be, like, comfortable with, where I'll be like, alright, that's enough, like, characters right there. But I'm generally curious to know, like, what you guys thought about, like, this arc, and also, as well, what do you think about, as well, like, Zoro joining the group and all that. So let me know what you think in the comments section down below. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.